Last thing is, so if you could give like three recommendations for the viewers, it couldn't be the same things that you do, but if there's anything that you've worked with a lot of clientele, is there anything that you see as a general thing that people kind of could do themselves, like three things?
Yeah, I think what a lot of people find is that they think that things aren't going to get better. People kind of settle for where they are at the moment, and I think that, like, obviously people have so much to be grateful for, but they don't recognize it as things to be grateful for. Like, I get so many people coming to me and they're like, oh, but this is going wrong, and I'm like, yeah, but what about, you told me about this? That's great. Like, recognize things in your life that are positive and that you can literally thrive off of. And then I think to be nice to other people as well is one thing that I've seen so much of these days, that people aren't. Obviously nobody can be in the best form all the time. Like, even myself, I find sometimes I might kind of say something a bit passively and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. Like, just be aware of how you treat other people. And then I suppose just to look after yourself, like make sure that you're doing things that are going to benefit yourself on the regular. Like, don't be just like going about daily life and kind of treading through it, like, and saying, oh, this is like, like what I said the first point, like, make sure that you're grateful for what you have, but also look at like what you don't like, get rid of it. Like, why are you doing these things? Like, look after yourself, do what you love and do what you want to do, and get the most out of life. It's not that long, so get the most out of it, focus on what you love and bring that to the light, and let that be your driving force.
Yeah, 100%. But like what I really kind of picked up on there, you're saying like kind of get rid of the things that kind of aren't working. Like there's so many people that like they like to be honest, I actually don't even entertain the conversation with a lot of people anymore, and I know that sounds bad, but it's just because I know I'm not going to be able to change it. But there's so many people that like kind of do things, and next thing they get really kind of worked up about it. But they never actually change it, even though they're and they keep repeating it. It's like a cycle that's going around and around and around, and just they never get out of it. It's so unfortunate that that kind of happens, but I'm still a firm believer that everyone finds it eventually.
Yeah.
Whether it's that they're stuck in that bad thing, that's what was meant for them, okay. But other people then that actually end up flourishing, they will find it eventually. Everyone has their time, I think.
Absolutely, yeah. And like that, like I keep saying, it's a process. It's not going to be all uphill. It's not like rainbows and unicorns all the time. There's going to be parts of your life where you're kind of like, oh God, why is this happening? But don't dwell on it. Get up, go do something about it. Like, obviously you mightn't be able to change it today or tomorrow, but put that in the works, put a plan in place, get yourself out of the thing that you're not enjoying, and don't sit in it and wallow in it, because there's no point. Because at the end of the day, nobody wants to feel like that all the time. Everybody wants to feel better, and everyone wants the best out of life. So do it. Just go and do it. There might be the smallest little step that you can take that can turn your whole life around. So figure out what it is and change it.